there, Facebook. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and I'm bringing you a message today all around negative emotions. And I want to dive into this one because I see so many people all the time, and myself included at different times, that ultimately, oh, got this like new feature I just want to test out. Okay. That ultimately ends up, really stifling our growth when we don't have a good relationship with all of our emotional experience. And so what I want to share with you guys today is going to kind of give you a new perspective. I want to share with you the two different categories of negative emotions and how when you clear them, you shift the power from them having the control over you to you absolutely having the control and valuing your negative emotions. Now, this is not a totally new topic. You guys have probably heard me banging on about the power of negative emotions, the value that negative emotions bring to us all the time, because it's a favorite topic of mine. But, I really do believe that what I'm going to share with you guys today, I'm hoping will give you a new perspective. And let's kind of just dive into it. And I want to share with you firstly, the two categories of negative emotions and how each of those different negative emotions in those particular categories actually serves us, and how when we clear them, we get that value, and how when we don't clear negative emotions and we just kind of ride the waves of life without really dealing with our experience and what we've been through, how we just get prevented from actually reaching our highest potential, and we know it the whole time. So let me dive into this first for you. So the first category of negative emotions is survival emotions. Now, survival emotions are really here to keep us away from danger and to keep us surviving. So when we look at survival emotions, you'll find that the particular emotions in this category are anger, fear, and sadness. Okay, and let me unpack. So when we go about the task of actually identifying and not being controlled by our anger, our fear, or our sadness, when we can actually have a process that allows us to go, how do I deal with this anger that I'm constantly feeling? Or this fear, I'm always in anxiety, I'm always in fear of the future. Or this sadness, I can't seem to break my sadness, I always feel sad and down and low. You know, whenever we feel like those three emotions are taking over our life and we feel like we're out of control, like we can't control our anger, we can just fly off the handle over nothing, or we cannot control our fear and we can't even get to sleep at night, we're so stressed out and worried, or we can't even control our sadness and we want to feel happy, but like all we feel is sad and alone and wanting to kind of cut off from the world. Whenever it is getting in our way, whenever those negative emotions are taking over our lives, it is because we have not done the work on them to work out, where did this originate from? What's going on? You know, what resources do I actually need in order to overcome this? And am I committed to doing the work at creating a compelling future for myself and cutting ties with my addiction to these negative emotions? Because I guarantee you there is a biological addiction to our negative emotional states, particularly if we've been running through them for a long period of time. But let me tell you, so when you ultimately make those shifts and you clear what's going on and what's been going on in your past, you clear up that subconscious, you bring consciousness to the subconscious so that it can no longer control you, and you actually get yourself on path, you'll find that your negative emotions are here to serve you, where anger actually helps you to empower yourself. It helps you to defend yourself when it is necessary and used in a healthy way. So no negative emotions are actually negative in my book. Only when they are controlling your life and you don't know how to get out of them, that's when you need a good clearing process so that you can get to the other side and you can see the value of each and every one of our negative emotions. Anger is here to empower us because we're disempowered in the moment, and it's here to serve us when we need to defend ourselves. Not attack other people, but actually defend our safety, defend ourselves, put forward some boundaries, some healthy boundaries empower ourselves. That is what the emotion of anger is here to do and serve us with. Next, fear helps us, get away from the things that are dangerous for us. When we think about, the physiological fear, of why it was there originated from that survival instinct of having to run away from, quote unquote, the saber-toothed tiger, like we've heard a million times, or anything in our physical realm that is going to be physically dangerous. It also comes into play when we are venturing down a path that we know innately is leading us to a future that we absolutely should fear and that we should be moving away from. And that is why fear serves us in our everyday lives if we have done the work to clear it. So it's not controlling our life, but it's actually here as like a message, to alert us. Hey, hang on a minute, like this is the path that you're going down. Where is it leading you? And why are you feeling this fear? Is that fear because this path is leading you down a pathway that you shouldn't be on? Or is it that you just have to overcome it and shift it into excitement because you're going into the unknown and you've never been there before, but in order to get to a new level of our potential, we have to up level. So it's all about creating a larger amount of perspective and ability to analyze our situations based on our physiological response with fear. Instead of it letting it control us, we can actually move away or question whether this is the right path that we need to move away from, or actually we're just trapped in a bit of fear. We need to convert that into excitement for uncertainty and move in that direction. And then finally, the last of the survival emotions is the emotion of sadness. And ultimately, sadness is here to help us to withdraw until either the danger in our external environment has passed or that the right amount of healing has taken place. So sadness is actually here to serve us. It wants us to go, you know what? I need some space. I either need to remove myself from the danger in my environment, or I need some time to heal myself. And that is what sadness does for us. It makes us want to withdraw when we're healthy and we're not being controlled by the past and our subconscious because we've done the work to clear this emotion. When sadness enters our life, it is here to alert us to the fact that we need to move away from the danger in our environment or do some healing or have that time to ourselves to just focus on us and heal ourselves. And that is what sadness is here to alert us to. All right, so those are the three survival emotions in the first category. And I want to share with you the second category of negative emotions, which are socialization emotions. So with the first set of emotions, our survival emotions are here to protect us, to make sure that we survive and move us away from danger. This second category of negative emotions are here to support us in our social networks. They're here to, really gauge and determine how we should be interacting with others and with our society. So they're here to serve us. And again, I'm reiterating a million times, but when you don't clear your past and you don't clear your experiences throughout childhood with all of these different emotions, like 99% of us, if not more, get affected by these negative emotions. And what happens in our adult life is we begin reacting to our past rather than what's in front of us. And we end up being totally immersed in and addicted to any of those survival emotions of anger, of fear, or of sadness, or any of these socialization fear emotions, which are ultimately the emotions of guilt, embarrassment, and hurt. If we get stuck in guilt, embarrassment, or hurt, and that we're living our daily lives in those one of those three or even more of those negative emotions, and they seem to be uncontrollable, and when they're taken over our lives, you have to do the work to clear. And if you don't have any process for clearing your negative emotions, I will link you up to one tool that you can access for free, which is the release letter technique. I work with my one-on-one coaching clients to really clear this stuff and go through some pretty deep and intense subconscious work in our sessions. So reach out to me if you're interested in that. I've only got limited spots right now. I actually only have one spot left right now, at least for the next 2 months. But reach out to me and let me know if this would be work that you'd be interested in. But anyway, those 3 socialization emotions that we can get trapped in, when we do the work and we fully clear out that guilt, that embarrassment, that hurt, and it's no longer a reaction from the past, it now becomes a message from our present to help and support us about what needs to shift and change. You know, guilt ultimately serves us by preventing us from treating other people in a negative way. You know, if we didn't have the feeling of guilt, who knows what we'd be getting around doing, right? And, you know, it wouldn't be good for us, wouldn't be good for society. So guilt serves us. It's here to alert us to the fact that maybe we're not treating the people in our external environment the way that we ultimately should and need to. So it's really there to support us when we're not reacting to guilt from the past and letting it take over our entire lives, and we're letting it be the messenger to the present moment, to alert us, hey, hang on a minute, like how you just treated that person wasn't that good. That's why you feel guilt. So readjust your behavior so that you can get about living to your highest potential and living a regret-free life. And then secondly, embarrassment. Embarrassment helps us to control our social behavior. So again, you know, these are socialization, negative emotions, you know, but embarrassment is here to guide how we want to show up in our lives. It's here to guide us towards us living as our higher selves, you know, and not wasting our time, energy, and whatever, you know, doing things that aren't ultimately our higher selves and aren't moving the needle forward in terms of our growth and reaching new levels of our potential. You know, so embarrassment serves us when we're not reacting to our past because we've done the work to clear it and we're here in the moment and we feel embarrassed. It's there to serve us. It's the messenger to go, hang on a minute, like how you were just kind of acting then isn't really your highest self. Like, what are you going to do about it? What's the lesson here? And how are you going to choose to behave in the future? Right? And then lastly, the last of the socialization emotions is the emotion of hurt, which ultimately prevents us from repeating negative interactions with others. Okay? So instead of living in hurt because we're so trapped in something that happened 30 years ago and we're so hurt because we were so wronged, and now we picture everybody in our existence, we filter everybody through this other person's treatment of us that hurt us, and it prevents us from deepening and establishing true depth of our connections and love and all that brilliant stuff that we as human beings are here to do on earth. You know, instead of reacting to the past, because now we've actually cleared the past and we're stepping into our present moment. And if we feel that sense of hurt, it allows us, it's that messenger again, to alert us to the fact that, you know, how another person is interacting with us doesn't feel right. And we need to do something about that in terms of setting some boundaries, instead of in terms of, you know, communicating about, hey, you know what, like how that just went down, that actually didn't make me feel great. And I want us to have a great connection. So I'm alerting you to this, so that we can, treat each other better moving forward. You know, we become emotionally intelligent in our present day lives, moving towards a truly compelling future that is reaching for our highest potential, rather than settling for mediocrity because we're too scared or we don't have the tools to clear the past and respond to the future, rather than reacting to our past and staying stuck and controlled by those negative emotions. So I'm hoping that me sharing this with you guys is empowering to you, and it gets you thinking, you know, what is that one or more emotion that I find myself totally being immersed in and kind of controlled by on a regular basis, even a daily basis? Is it anger? Do you find that you're just getting so angry over stuff like all the time and you feel out of control by it? Is it fear? Do you feel like you get trapped in anxiety and fear and worry and concern and you're just too scared to do stuff all the time? Or is it sadness? Do you feel like you just want to withdraw and retreat all the time? Or is it one of the socialization negative emotions of, guilt, you know, you're always feeling guilty for something, you know, and beating down on yourself. Or maybe it is, you know, you always feel embarrassed and you hold yourself back. Or maybe you're feeling really, really hurt all the time and you filter everything through those past hurt moments. If that is you, I'm asking you to definitely identify what that emotional state is for you. And when you can do that, we can start to go about doing the work to clear it. I will link any of you guys up who are wanting access to a video that I did a long time ago, probably a year ago, on the release letter technique. I've mentioned this tool so many times for you guys. If you worked with me, you've done a few of these before. It's a really great free resource that I'd love to give over to you. If you're interested, I will link you up to that video training and the tool so that you can get access to it. And for any of you guys who really want to go deep, and you would like to work with me personally to clear the past, to clear any of your emotional influences from the past that you know are keeping you stuck from reaching your highest potential, and you keep running the same old patterns, then I invite you to reach out to me and let me know, because like I said, I actually only have one more spot, and I won't have another spot free for another 2 months. So let me know if that is of interest to you. And I want to check in with you guys, so let me check in. And if you guys want, you know, these deeper dive trainings, I'm going to be doing an upcoming course and masterclass on how to go about clearing some of these negative emotions in your life, and really educate you on what those categories are and how we get addicted to them, and how to get beyond the addiction so that you can take back that power and move forward towards your future. If that is of interest to you, I'm definitely going to be doing a masterclass coming up on this particular topic. So the link is up above for any of you guys who aren't currently part of our amazing masterclasses. My beautiful team, I love connecting with you guys. Then I'd love for you to join. So let me check in. I've got Tanya, yay, get to see you again today, beautiful. And Katie's here, and Huss is here, and Simona, and Suzanne, and Sanula, and Maddie. Much love to you, my friend. And Alex is here, and Andrew, and Yabaz, and David, and Vanessa, awesome. And Zeno, and Gregory, and Bonnie's here, and love it. And Bradley, and Bonnie, you're interested in the last spot of my coaching. That is awesome to hear. Reach out to me, shoot me a quick message on Messenger. We'll have to get on a call and see if we'd be a good fit. I'd love to connect, Bonnie. And Adrian's here, and Rowiti, and Ellen. And Rowiti, you're loving your thoughts and advice. I love, love, love hearing that, Rowiti. Grateful that there's some value here. And Angel's here, and thanks, Rowiti. Much love to you. So that is really my message for you guys. And Bina, so nice to see you as well, beautiful. That is my message for you guys. I hope that it just gives you a bit of perspective around your negative emotions, and know that when you can go about the process of clearing out any of those negative influences from your past so that they no longer are something that you're responding to in your everyday life and filtering all of your decisions through, and instead they transform and become messages of value to you in your present day moment, alerting you to the shifts and changes that you can be making right now, rather than being completely immersed and swamped by them and feeling out of control in your life. Then I hope to see you in the masterclasses. I definitely, if you're interested, I know, Bonnie, I'll get on a call with you, and let's see if we'd be a good fit for some coaching, because that's how I go really deep with my one-on-one clients in this realm. And anybody who wants the release letter, drop me a comment, let me know. I'll link it up for you guys. And as always, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary. And I hope that today's message has definitely served you and empowered you. And I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Sending you guys much love.